Hello magical one! In today's video we are spending a cozy November day together. We are doing some errands in the city, make some fire cider for winter and do a full moon ritual. And I also finally share my thoughts about the book Spellshop with you. So grab your favorite mug, grab some tea and let's spend this cozy day together. So I've added intuitive writing back into my morning routine and I really try to do it every single day. I personally express a lot through writing, and because my mind is constantly coming up with new thoughts and ideas and wandering around, intuitive writing is my way of letting my inner voice come through. So you can set a timer or decide to write a certain number of pages without lifting the pen from the paper. So that is the key. You simply write whatever comes to your mind, but you never stop writing. And I know it is weird at first because when I started doing this, I was like, I don't know what to write next. And I would write down how the weather was or random words or something like that. But it doesn't really matter. The only important thing is that you keep writing. You can write about your intentions for the day, you can write about your dreams or emotions, and let me know, have you tried intuitive writing before and how was it for you? Alright, so now that I'm done with my intuitive writing practice, I want to go to the city and now I want to go to the library. It's basically the plan to get a membership card because the thing is, books have been so expensive recently. Like a hardcover book is 25 euros, like up to 25 euros, maybe even more if it is a special edition. And I want to save some money. Like, don't get me wrong, I love reading books, I love buying books, I just love the aesthetic of having books in a bookshelf in my home. But I'm thinking to maybe rent books, ebooks, and seeing which books I really love and then get a copy of the books that I really enjoy and maybe want to reread in the future, and by that save some money. So that is basically the plan. Maybe I'm going to a coffee shop as well. But if you have some free time, I would love for you to come with me so we can hang out together. And yeah, we have to hurry up a little bit because I want to do some kitchen witchery later on as well and a full moon ritual because right now it is the full moon in Taurus and I can definitely feel it. But if you want to come with me, then yeah, prepare, pack your stuff, and I'm picking you up in 5 minutes. So let's go, and again, prepare. I'm there in 5 minutes. So see you then.
I'll let you go, just need some time. At your own pace, you need to find your way. I know now you'll never change your mind for something that matters to me. You do not know what I have in mind. Packed our bags, we'll be on our way. The night was long as I waited without a sign. 'Cause I know what matters to you. But what do you want? What's your biggest need? Every hour we spend together, then suddenly the chances are small, just like the lottery. around for something that matters to me. But what do you want? What's your biggest need? Every hour we spend together, then suddenly the chances are small, just like the lottery. I just hope we could stay together. We wait and see, but the chances are small, just like the lottery.
Everybody has their job, 9 to 5, and getting drained.
Alright, so welcome to Audio Hell. I apologize in advance. I have not figured out how I can connect a microphone to this camera. I think it's not even working, and I forgot my microphones. So sorry, I apologize in advance for the bad audio, but yeah, as you could tell, the library was closed, and I'm always like, when should people that have a job and that work during the week go to these establishments? And it was, I think, only open until 3 or 4 during the weekdays, and on Friday until 12. It's like, when should we go there? But yeah, I will see what I can do. Maybe I can do it online, like get the membership card online, which I tried to avoid, but oh well, if it's working like that, I'm doing it because I really want to get a library card. And yeah, now I'm going home, and yeah, then we can talk a little bit more. So as you can see, we are back home in the little botanical corner of basically my sleeping room. And by the way, can I just say that I feel like a snow princess today because of the little cozy jumper that I'm wearing. Also, like, I don't know, this headband is just like giving me winter fairy tale snow princess vibes. And I just yesterday saw that there is a huge fairy tale ball happening in Germany, and this is like on my bucket list for next year. Like, I want to go to one of these fairy tale balls. It looks like so magical and enchanted, so that's on my bucket list for sure. But with that being said, I thought, because you guys asked me how I like the book Spellshop that I bought in one of my last videos, that we are going to talk about the book right now. So I bought this book, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago at this point, and I finished it, and it has this really beautiful cover, and like the color, the purple is just perfect. And I'm just saying it, I loved the book. Like, everyone is talking about it, and it is by Sarah Beth Durst, and I think I don't know if she is German or she studied in Germany. I did not do too much research about her, so sorry for that, but she is a wonderful author, and if you love Ghibli movies, you are going to love this book. Like, I felt like I'm watching a Ghibli movie. Her writing style is just amazing. Like, you can visualize what she's writing. You are like, I at least was like smelling the jam that she was making. I could just really visualize what she was writing, and that's a skill I have, but not every book is like delivering that to me. And I'm talking about another book in a second where that's basically not the case. But Sarah Beth Durst did an amazing job, and yeah, it's just like you are being put into a Ghibli movie. Like, I got Totoro vibes, I got Howl's Moving Castle vibes, and Kiki's Delivery Service vibes. So that's a plus. If you love Ghibli movies, you are going to love this book. But let's talk a little bit more about what is happening in the book. So the main protagonist of this book is Keela, and I hope I'm saying that right, but Keela is a librarian. She works in this huge library with her best friend Cass. And Cass is this really funny plant that again reminds me of Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. And it's just funny, like I was laughing so much when he was talking. I think he was my favorite character of all of them in the book. And they are basically like organizing the books and like doing the research, all of that good librarian stuff. And then something happens and they are forced to leave the library. Now they saw something like that coming and they basically prepared books because they love books. They want to save as many as they can, and they leave the library in a boat. So Keela and Cass basically are on their little boat with as many books as they could save, and they are both like, what are we going to do now? Like, we have nowhere to go. We spent our whole life in the library, like basically the last few years, and like we have nowhere to go. And then Keela is like, wait, I could know a place. I don't know how it looks like right now, but let's go there. And they arrive at the island that Keela was born, that she was kind of living the past few years of her life with her parents before they moved to the city. And they arrive at Keela's family home, old family home, that has not been inhabited for the past few years, and it is a cottage. So I don't want to spoiler too much about the story because it is only one book with 500 pages, and I know it sounds a lot, but the story is written like in such a fun and cozy way, yet it never got boring. We of course have a love story in the book, but it was not like directly in your face, if you know what I mean. It's like right away they are falling crazily in love. It's like a love story that is gently unfolding, which like perfectly fit the theme of just like settling down, finding a new home, building up a little shop to like build up a living basically. And also Keela is going through a transformation, which I think was like written down so perfectly. It's like not the transformation that is happening overnight, like suddenly the character basically embodied a new persona. Like Keela is going through a transformation that is basically lasting throughout the whole book. And again, it was not boring. I really enjoyed it, and I could really feel with the character, which I think is always a good thing. If you can relate to the characters, you can follow their thoughts and the way they are acting. You can understand the reasons why they are acting the way they are acting. And I think that in itself is a skill. If you can manage to do that as an author, it's such a good skill for readers, in my opinion. So basically Keela, as I said, she wants to build up a new life. Because they had to flee the library, she wants to kind of put the cottage into a new light. She is like renovating basically the cottage. And she is like, you know what, we have all of these books, and spoiler alert, they are magical books. So why not do something that maybe can help the environment here, that can help the inhabitants of the island, because she makes friends and she also meets the living beings in the woods, for example. And she's like, okay, because of magic is prohibited now, there is like no magician coming helping these people. Let's see if we can do something like really, really gentle that is like not that obvious to help the island. And that is exactly what she's doing. She's building up a shop, and she's saying that she's selling jam, which she basically is as well, which I loved. Like the kitchen witchery element of the book was amazing. But again, she's also selling spells basically, and therefore the name Spellshop. And again, amazing story. Let me just quickly check if I wrote down anything else that I want to say. But I think I said everything. I don't want to take away from your reading experience. But again, I can highly recommend. It is such a cozy, fun read for autumn, for winter, even in spring. So if you want to read Spellshop, definitely do it, because I really enjoyed it. I love Cass, like he's my favorite of all of the characters in the book. Like we have spirits of the forest, we have mermaids, we have seahorses. So as you can see, it's a beautiful world, and I can highly recommend that you read Spellshop by Sarah Beth Durst. Now, I have been making a promise to myself that I am trying to read like 4 books a month because I really want to get back into reading. I want to kind of reduce the amount of time that I spend in front of like a laptop or a digital screen in general. So I have already started the book, and I think it is called Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. So this book is more of a heavy book, like it is more difficult. It took me a while to get into, and I'm nearly halfway through, as you can see. But now it's like after you get into the story, you want to know what's happening. Like the main character is Miriam. I again hope I'm saying that right. But Miriam has the skill to turn silver into gold. Like not only in a practical way, she also has a magical power to turn silver into gold. So she kind of draws the attention of the elf king that is living in this winter kingdom, and all humans are scared of the Starik is what they are called. Again, pronunciation, don't nail me on that. But she draws the attention of the elf king on her because of that skill, because the Stariks love gold. So basically the elf king is going to Miriam and he says, I give you 3 missions, like turn silver into gold. If you can do so, I'm turning you into my queen. But again, like this is more of a difficult read, I would say. It took me quite some time to get into. I feel like now that I'm like 216 pages into the story, I'm okay with it. It is written through different perspectives, so we follow along. I think at the moment it's like 3 women, and it has about 600 pages. So I hope I can finish this by the end of the week. But yeah, really enjoy it as well so far, but it's not that uplifted, like easy read that Spellshop, for example, was. But these are my current reads. These are my current reads, and again, I really love and hope to read more because, I don't know, it's like, you know, the quote, if you don't read, you only lived one life, and if you read 1,000 books, I think it is what it says, you kind of basically lived 1,000 lives. Alright, so now I want to make some kitchen witchery, and I have been wanting to make this oxymel for a few weeks at this point, and now that I was ill for 2 weeks, I could really tell that my body was like showing me, girl, you need to slow down, you need to take better care of your health. So that's why I want to make this oxymel, and you probably heard about fire cider. So I'm telling you a little bit more about the fire cider as we are making the oxymel, but if you want to help me, prepare some gloves, prepare some glasses, because we need to cut onions and ginger and turmeric, and then let's make some fire cider, shall we? So I wanted to make something this winter to boost my immune system and do some more kitchen witchery. So I decided to make a fire cider. And you probably already heard about that oxymel that was made known by Rosemary Gladster in the late 1970s. It basically follows the same principle as tinctures, whereas in this oxymel the vinegar is extracting the ingredients in the herbs and the honey helps preserve the preparation. And there is many different recipes out there, but I'm basically using onions, garlic, turmeric, pepper, cinnamon, chili, oranges and lemons, and you can just use what you already have in your kitchen at home. And it really is so easy because you simply put all your ingredients in a sterilized glass jar and pour the apple cider vinegar on top of it. And I always make sure to cover all the ingredients to prevent mold or something like that. And I usually also do another intention ritual after the kitchen witchery itself. So I wrote my sigil for a healthy body on a piece of paper and infused my intention into the jar by sitting with it and visualizing myself being the most healthy I have ever been. And then all that is left is to put your fire cider in a cool and dark place for about 4 to 6 weeks. And I also put my jar on top of the sigil to infuse even more magic. And after 4 to 6 weeks, you simply take 1 tablespoon of the fire cider every single day, and you can also dilute it with water. So I'm really excited to see how this oxymel will come out, and I will make sure to let you know. And if you try this out as well, let me know what ingredients you use. After I made this magical potion, I wanted to end the day with a full moon ritual. It was the full moon in Taurus on November the 15th when I filmed this video, and there was the sun in Scorpio and of course the moon in Taurus. So this full moon really was all about checking in with yourself and see what it is that you need to let go or transform in your life in order to embrace abundance and grounding in your life, and honestly seeing what your earthly needs are. And I think that's what this full moon also told us, like recognizing and honoring our earthly desires without any judgment, and really finding a balance between spiritual growth and material needs, but understand that both can coexist harmoniously in our lives, but that sometimes we have to let go of something in our lives in order for something new to emerge as well. And I deeply connect luxury to Taurus personally, and I had some issues with accepting this earthly need and the fact that I can enjoy luxury and that it is nothing bad. Like, the biggest story I told myself about luxury and grounding resulted in me not allowing to really settle down in any home I had and create a home that I truly enjoyed. And if you want to do a ritual as well, you can still do that, and you can ask yourself, how does abundance look like to me? What does luxury mean for me? What nourishes and grounds me? And really be honest here, what are your earthly needs? And what are you ready to release at this point of your life? So I hope you enjoyed spending this cozy November day with me, and I'm still recovering from the food poisoning that I had the past 2 weeks, but I'm already feeling much better. So thank you so much for all your kind comments, and yeah, we will hang out again next week. So I really hope you have a cozy and lovely week, and yeah, see you then. Bye bye.